ship, that's where I went on one of the journeys.
Yeah.
Anyway, the journeys.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we're back. We're back.
Do continue. We were talking about travel.
Talking about travel, yeah. Well, Jack, you've told me you haven't been to Australia, so very quickly I thought, well, I'd like to be able to give you some Aussie slang that might help you understand your way around Australia. But this is more of a fun thing to do. It's the Aussie slang, like even just I've noticed in the last couple of years now, but that it's still there, but it's not like that's the only sort of words that we use. But if I know that while we took a quick break, you went out for a cigarette. Well, we'd say I'm just going to duck out the back for a durry. So a durry is a cigarette or something like that. So, okay. Or a smoko break can mean a few different things. I think traditionally it's sort of, you were like at work and you were going for a smoke and then going back to your office or whatever it is that you did at work. Well, smoko for us can also be a food break, a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and a couple of biscuits or something like that. A dunny is a toilet. So if you say, hey, I'll be back in a sec, just got to go to the dunny. People know what you mean. They go, oh, okay, dunny is a toilet, So just a couple of fun. Now, if you ever said, if you ask someone what they did on the weekend and they said they went to a sausage sizzle, well, there's a particular hardware chain over here that has sort of made the sausage sizzle almost a staple in Australia. So there's a hardware group by the name of Bunnings, the Bunnings Warehouse, and on the weekends you'll see like marquees, like little and marquees set up out the front of the hardware store, and there's barbecues going. There's people selling. Think of like the hot dogs in America, but over here it'll be a piece of bread, and it'll have a sausage. Or you can get steak, like little steak pieces and some onions, or you can just have steak and sausage and a bit of tomato sauce or barbecue sauce. And that is a sausage sizzle. So Bunnings have them where it's a great opportunity for what we call like not-for-profit or non-profit organisations to create awareness, but also to help raise some money. So it's a really good cause. Sadly, because of COVID, though, the sausage sizzles have had to take a bit of a back seat for a while. But pre-COVID environment, the sausage sizzles, especially the ones at Bunnings, yeah. So you could always, if you were out on a Saturday morning or something like that, going to get some hardware supplies, and if you didn't have time to have breakfast before you left, well, your breakfast is covered. You go and have a sausage sizzle at Bunnings, and it's a great way to raise money and also get a feed. So so if you're ever over in Australia and you hear someone say, "Hey, you want to come for a sausage sizzle?" You know that you're going to get a snag or a sausage and some steak, or it's a great way for to have basically just a barbecue and that. So so there you go, Jack. a couple of Aussie slang, a couple of terms to help you get around Australia.
Okay, so let me try to pass the exam. If I listen closely. If I go for the sausage sizzle and I had breakfast, then I would go to the dunny first.
Yeah.
And I could make some room.
Yes, exactly.
And then I would go for sausage.
Yep, there you go. And then afterwards, if you're that way inclined, you'll be able to go out the back for a durry. So you'll be able to go for a ciggy and go and have a smoke.
Awesome.
And then if you've done if you've worked hard for the morning, you got to have a smoko break. That's go and have a cup of coffee and a couple of bickies or something, or yeah. So you've done well.
It shows that it's in your country, I guess, still wildly accepted if people smoke.
Oh, look, I mean, I know in some public places
Yeah.
now, you either have a designated area, or it's actually they just prefer that you don't, or it's actually a a no smoking policy, just like there is on aircraft and things like that, I suppose. But
Yeah.
um, I think a lot of I think it still happens in a lot of countries. It's I think really it should still be a to each their own.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
totally agree.
I've got friends that smoke and don't smoke. It doesn't bother me. I don't really. I think for me it's the same about having a beer.
I agree.
I've got friends who are who don't drink and friends that do. It doesn't bother me personally. It's um, but again, and this is the thing, different countries have different cultures, and some have, almost, I'm not saying the same cultures, but you've got where there's similarities. And
Yeah.
yeah. Do you, so I would imagine, obviously, over where you live, you would have things like a sausage sizzle, yeah, like a social gathering, but in some cases, more than, so for us, a sausage sizzle, if you hear that, if if you're listening to radio on the weekend and you hear the radio announcer says that there's that the such and such place is having a sausage sizzle to help raise some money, you know what it is, that, they're, yeah. So do you, I'm guessing you have that sort of stuff over where you are as well, yeah?
Yeah, totally. But in different constructions, I think
Okay,
we
yeah,
we have the ongoing form, which is we call it the kringloop. To
yeah.
throw in a Dutch word, you should try it out. Kringloop.
How do you say it again? Sorry,
Kringloop.
Kling, Klinglo,
Kringloop.
Klinglob, Klinglob.
Almost, almost.
Almost, yeah.
Well, to explain a bit, it's just that it's where we bring our old stuff for free and they sell
Yeah.
it to raise funds.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah, there you go.
it's the used products, but then the non-profit kind
Yeah,
with
yep,
with the better intentions.
yeah.
But you were talking about people who drink beer. I never drink beer. I'm used to inhale it. Uh,
Nice. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah,
no,
we've
just
got.
kidding, man. Just
Yep.
kidding. Hey, before we continue, I
Sure.
do need to open this
Mm.
video.
Yes, you do. We sort of, it's the way we went.
Yeah, we're just rolling in, right?
Yep.
I think welcome everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is Jack Brick, and this is also Tazzmanbricks.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for having me back on again. It's been great.
It's so good you're here again. We did for the viewers last week. We did getting to know each other video, and this week we're more going to roll into the Legos. I guess.
Yes. Yep.
Can you
Definitely.
say Legos? I think it's a banned word in some parts of the AFOL community.
I say Lego, but that's fine.
Yeah,
I think to each their own, but yeah.
I usually also do that in Dutch, but somehow when I'm conversing in English with someone, it's just yeah. I don't know.
I mean, personally, I don't have either. For me is fine.
We could say bricks.
Bricks, yeah.
That's non-disputable.
Yes. So speaking
I
of bricks, yeah.
yeah.
Way you go. Yeah, you're right. What did you? What did you want to have as a starter? What's the have you have you got have you got a favorite set so far from the 2020 line, or did you want to go back into nostalgic years of Lego? This is your show, my friend.
I totally agree. I don't know where to start. Let's start
Mm-hmm.
with the 2020 sets.
Sure.
And well, I am going to quickly adjust my camera while our viewers are just continuing viewing.
Yeah.
Throw in yours, because you bought one of
Okay.
the bigger sets, right? Show us.
I did. Now I've got to. I haven't even put this on Instagram yet. Now let's have. I'm going to need the top mic because it won't fit in the frame. It's fine. Probably see it there a little bit. Sorry for my. There you go. Got some posters up there. So the 2020. Now I should know. I should have better prepared for this, but the so it's set number 60266. The is it the research boat or research vessel? That
It doesn't
has
fit the
been.
screen.
No, it's a big set. Well, it's a big box. It's also a big boat because it's actually using two hull pieces. So you've got. It is for me so far a standout. But coming in at a close second would be the Lego City ice cream truck. That's a favourite as well. So,
You
so
mean
far for me,
this ice cream truck?
yes, that's such an awesome build, and I love this now. Usually stickers, because I'm hopeless at putting stickers on sets, but I loved putting the stickers on this set. I think it gave it that extra dimension. It's such a cool set.
I have to say, this is my second ice cream truck.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I heavily plan to build this, but then mix up the
Yep.
colors a bit and throw in this extra bag, right?
Yeah, I've got that's a cool bunch of stickers in that extra bag as well.
They have
That's
all
really good.
kinds of other things. I could make this into a bakery van or a toy van. Of course, we already have a city pizza, so that's not a thing. But city market is maybe a small possibility.
Like a delivery, like a delivery van or something.
Yeah.
There's so many possibilities, and that's, I think, and again, that's one of the best things I love about Lego is that sure, you can build the set. They've given you a starting point, but then you can do whatever you want with it after that. It's such a great tactile element or thing that you can change with ease.
It totally is. It really is. And when you're at it, but back to the boat.
Yes, definitely.
It's enormous. It had all kinds of accessories.
Yeah. It's so.
Is this one with the hammerhead shark?
Yes. Hang on. Is it the hammerhead? Actually, well, I haven't opened it yet. I think it is though. I know it's got what looks like, is it a stingray by the looks of it?
Yeah, it is.
And they've got a boat, a little submarine. They've got like a shark cage, and then they've got a shipwreck with some gold in it. And the boat itself is pretty cool. It brings back some nostalgia for me as well. But because I'm embarking on my city, I wanted to have and set up that bit of a scene where, when you're standing on like on land and you can see a big vessel out in the ocean that is on its way somewhere, like it might be on the way to the port in whatever city that you're in, or it might be traveling to the next region or the next town or whatever, to the next harbour, port, whatever.
Harbour.
I wanted to.
You wanted to avoid using the word.
Yeah, I wanted to say port or seaport. So for me, as I'm now setting up, because I've got the lighthouse at a starting point. There's a couple of things I still need to do on the lighthouse mock, but I wanted to start to move forward with getting the city, starting to get it up and running, and this set is why I wanted to, I've had this scene in my mind of having the ship as it's just sort of traveling past. It's traveling past the lighthouse, and or it's heading out, on its venture. And I thought, what better way to do that with than using this one. Unfortunately, I don't have now, but I did have some of the older sets from 1991. Like the cargo and the cargo ships and the seaport sets. Sadly, don't have them anymore. But this is the closest I'll get for a little while, until I can afford to maybe start tracking down some of the older sets on eBay or something, or Bricklink perhaps. But yeah, so that's why I've got this one. And there's
If you combine this one with that lighthouse, that is an awesome idea, and you tell about it with such enthusiasm that I can imagine it already, because I've of course seen all the shots of your lighthouse progress. Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Well, when I first saw the, I don't go for the leaked images. I just wait until the official images have come out from Lego, because then you can zoom in, especially if you're on a PC or an iPad or whatever, Mac or laptop, whatever, you can zoom in. Because they're high resolution images, so you can, or they're renders or whatever, but you can zoom in. And as soon as I saw the photos of this boat, I was like, I've got to get that. Because I knew because I was already doing the lighthouse, and I thought I want to have just that little scene of just a shot of the boat traveling past the lighthouse on its way. So that's the one I've been sitting on. I haven't even put it on Instagram yet, so that's a first, Jack. There you go, mate.
Really cool, really cool.
First revealed on your channel. There you go.
And for everyone watching, look him up, Tazzmanbricks on Instagram, because then you're going to see all the pictures later on.
Yes.
More to follow.
Exactly. Yep. So, and I'm definitely same as you, Jack, with the ice cream. I'm actually going to grab another. I've had to let my bank account sort of recover from the boat purchase, but I'm definitely going to get another ice cream van, because that is such or ice cream truck. I call it van, truck, whatever, but it is such a cool set. Love it.
Yeah, and it was a fun build as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I really enjoyed that build. Even the stickers. So
yeah. I didn't go as bananas as you went on the ship, but there was another set in the 2020 summer wave, which I got.
Yeah.
I have it right here.
Yes, yeah, definitely. That's the cool set.
Some camera adjusting. Oh man,
gotta go Octane.
Yeah, and of course you know why I triggered on this, because this is really a hippie van.
Yep. It is awesome though.
Yeah. It's a really real cool surfer fan. I think the color scheme is really cool. It's something new, something fresh.
I'm so glad they included that in the set. I was a little bit just compared to the last Octane or like service station or gas station, I suppose it's called different things, I suppose, around the world. And I was a little bit disappointed with the actual building or lack thereof. But I'm not going to get into the debate of, we know that if they were going to put more parts in, well, then that increases the price. So and they are often restricted to the designers and builders are restricted to what they can, the price per part, I suppose, for the sets, and they're given a restriction or limitation on what they can and how many parts they can use. But for me, I would have happily paid more to get a little bit more of a bigger building, just to, especially helping to start doing the city. But apart from that, the vehicles are awesome.
As an adult fan of Lego, there is one solution which might have crossed your mind, like buy more than one.
I could have done that with the boat set, but I wouldn't have been able to afford anything else for a little while.
True.
I tried to make something else bigger out of it. I don't know, but yeah, and I've done that. I actually did that with the Lego Friends. I think it was the Heart Lake restaurant or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I actually used that as my. I did a bit of a challenge. So I started with, it was 2 sets, and I built. It wasn't really a mirror image, but I wanted to build a fully enclosed set or build, and which I did, and I still have it on my Instagram there. And then later on, I got inspiration to. It's what started to give me some inspiration to look at doing a pizzeria. But I didn't, in the end, obviously, I didn't use the same colors from that Friends set, but I'm going to do something with those parts, definitely. So there is something else in the works. That'll be much later on, but I do often try and do that where I can, where finances allow, and grab more than one set. One that I missed, and I'm really now having to just try and find it online now, because it would be aftermarket, is the Lego City Hospital set. I missed that one. I walked past it so many times and didn't
the
grab
one with the red part, which goes all the way up. Yeah.
But anyway, so
I have that once, and this is also a build.
Yep.
In which you think, I wish I bought 4.
Yes, definitely. Because the stickers, like Octane, is such a well recognized logo or brand. It's almost a brand within itself. Octane, like, it's such I like, it's a great set, and
there's one feature that I personally really like, and I haven't noticed it until I actually got the set.
Yep.
So I'm going to show you, and maybe you haven't noticed it either. If you look on this side of the surface station,
yep,
here are solar panels, and here Octane is introducing Octane E, which of course stands for electric. This is an electric charger.
Okay. Now, but I think in the last service or the Octane set that they did, they had something similar, because they were looking at like the hybrid cars. So, but now that I didn't notice that particular bit though, when you just pointed it out there now. That's interesting.
This SUV, this is actually a full electric.
It's full. Okay, so it's not a hybrid; it's a full electric. Okay.
No, it's a full electric. You can see it charging here at the back.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't pick up on that when I looked at when I've seen the set in stores, and like I've often picked the set up to have a look at it, and then I just I'll get that next time, and I think I'm going to have to try and get it over the weekend now.
I do feel a bit like they've been stereotyping this though, because I'm kind of, my surroundings always point out to me that I'm kind of a hipster. Which I do not recognize, but anyway, they would put me in this van, right?
Yeah.
And you have the guy here with the hardly shaved face.
Yeah.
But the electric vehicle, this is a blonde woman.
Yep.
Really the city stylish kind of girl with a chihuahua. Now this is stereotyping. Don't you agree?
Oh, it's. I think it's great. Hey, they've introduced the Chihuahua. That's one of the one of the Lego elements that I don't have yet. So at least they've introduced that. So I mean, I don't know if that's an actual brand new that particular print for the Chihuahua, or if this is the first time they've done it. I'm not sure. I don't have that wealth of knowledge as far as the Lego animal. I suppose.
I don't know.
But
I don't think it is a new mold, but maybe within this color or maybe print it is new. I haven't unboxed it yet, so.
Well, the car is very cool. The hipster van, or and some I think some people know them as like combi vans, or
surfer van.
Yeah, so, man, it's a cool build. I really like that. It's a cool car, and you know where that would look good, right? In my did you get the was it called the tuning shop, the Lego City? It had like the hot rod car, and it had the what was it? It was is it
I
from this year?
Yeah, I saw it. I still don't
Yeah,
have it. We talked about it when we were in episode 3001
yes, yeah.
from Blocks on Blocks. Then we talked about it, and I think that set has a lot of potential. But I don't know. You do have to make some choices, right?
Yeah, I've actually got it on the. I just got it in here.
Ah, you have it.
That's as far as it is such a. It is. Yeah, definitely. I want to mock. I want to do a mock of that.
Details,
Yes, but
Dad. Details. Get us in there.
it is. I've only got. Yeah, I built it just so as it is. I haven't mocked it yet or anything, but I do want to mock it. But yeah, I love the crane. The crane's an awesome function. That is so cool, and with the engine block on there as well.
How many stats of depth do you have already?
Well, this is the set as is. So what is it? Is it a 16? Um, just having a look. It's a 16 and then an extra 8 by 16 plate. But this is just as is. This is straight out of the box. So I haven't mocked it yet. I'm definitely going to mock it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Plenty of potential with that set as well. Absolutely. So, but what I was saying is that gift. So the car that you've got there, that I think it would look great parked in like a little scene. So like you're taking it to the shop to get tuned, or you're getting some modifications done to it. That car. For me, I think along with the hot rod would look really cool. In a little scene in the city or something like that. So
Yeah, totally. Those two are made to go together.
well, open up your wallet and go and get it.
Yeah. I wish life was that easy.
Well, that's why I haven't had the chance to get the that Octane service station set yet, because I've had other purchases in mind that I've put at the forefront because I've got immediate plans for them. So but yeah, the more now that you've shown me that set, it's like, oh, I really want to get it now.
Yeah, I totally get that.
So it's a little bit of friendly payback.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jack, how cool would that car that you've got, the one that was the gift with purchase, look out the front as well? How cool would that be? Even with the hot rod that comes with the set, which I haven't built the hot rod yet, but that car that you showed me, I reckon would look awesome. It would look really cool.
I am thinking maybe there's someone who has both and could just throw in the comments something like, "Oh yeah, here on Instagram I have both. I made this picture already."
Yeah, definitely, because I'll check it out.
I agree. It would be awesome.
It would look good in Brickstow, Jack. That's the point I'm trying to make too. It would look really good in Brickstow.
Yeah, I'm feeling you.
Find some extra cash. Away you go.
Well, let me turn over this couch pillow.
See if a couple of coins drop.
Yeah. But now we're on the topic with things with sliding doors.
Yes.
I do have a mock, which is not in its final vanilla stage or anything, but it is a mock. And I don't know if you are you able to see anything?
Yes, that is awesome.
I have to fix this camera, but before I do, we have the bottom here.
Yep.
Wait. You see, I was going for somewhat of a police station.
Yes.
Which looks like it has been a classic building.
Yes.
But has been modernized.
Yep.
Did it work?
Look, for me personally, I think it has. Definitely, yes, absolutely. I like how you've used the arch pieces at the archway sort of pieces at the front as well. On the first level, where you've got the so they're the jail cells. Yeah, is that what I'm looking at on the camera?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I love the arch. I love the arch pieces at the front because, like for me, that sort of gives it that little bit of the building's been maybe not refurbished, but sort of either refurbished or
Renovated.
Yeah, renovated. So I like it. I like the yellow that you've used there as well up the top. What is that? Because I can only see sort of just where the camera is at the moment. Tell me what have you got there? So on the top level, you've got next to where you've got the windows. On the opposite side there, you've got like a yellow lining at the top. What's that? Is that have you got plans for that, or is that?
Yeah, you mean this one?
Yeah. What have you got there, mate?
I'm going to talk you through it.
Yep, cool. Go for it.
Including some camera adjustment. First, here is a sliding door, which hides
yes,
all the bikes and cars and and something which was, I believe, a little special in our region.
That's cool. Yep.
This is a really cool 4-wide van which has this mechanism, really simple but really smooth, I guess.
Yep.
With the entire window just going up. This was, the Riot Police.
Yes.
This was a special edition of Riot Police, I believe, for one of the bigger soccer events.
Yep.
So that's really cool, which I like. This is one of the police cars just from the city theme.
Yeah. Nice.
We're going totally freestyle now. So for our viewers, if this doesn't look prepared, it is not.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just get off the top.
There you go.
And I'm going to the camera a bit, so we are able to see inside.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, everything's sliding when I'm picking it up. Here on the right, there's a little jail cell.
Yep.
Which is kind of like a holding cell, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So the door opens up into here, and then you can slide it back because it is just pretty tight. And here's some kind of accessory cabinet or something. Yeah. And everything's falling down. Here you enter the building. Then you pass the guy with the metal detector test thing. And then you can and then you can go up the stairs, and the rest of the floor is just all garage.
Yeah.
And you were asking me about the yellow striping.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Well, it's there mostly from the thought that the helicopter platform has yellow details.
Yeah.
For warning other air traffic.
Yes.
So I just thought I wanted to continue it here.
Oh, it's impressive. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. That's awesome.
Yeah. Here's the little pathway to the floor underneath the helipad. And this is super modular. You can take apart this one. And here's just some offices, right?
Yep. Oh, cool.
So, yeah, just some computers and the research stuff that they always have. So, and this part, of course, does need this little Batman sign. And this is actually just the inside, mostly of the police station from the city theme. I don't know, is the lighting okay?
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. The inside of the police city theme where you'd have the wall blowout. That one
Yeah.
police building. So here, when I remove this little fix to prevent the wall from falling out,
Yeah.
you can also have this wall blow out into several pieces.
Clever. Yeah.
And inside this cell, there are 2 beds and a little toilet.
Cool.
And they're just all the police station built, I guess.
I like the detail. See, you put more detail in your mocs than I do. The only one where I've actually done a full interior was the pizzeria. So with the pub, I did a ground floor interior, but the upper levels, just because I'm trying to still conserve on some bricks at the moment, just for saving some money. I left them as like a blank canvas, so just did the exterior and but and I did that with the cafe bakery mock, which I am actually going to be completely pulling apart. I know that one, there was people like that one too, and I did like it, but I know I can do better now. So I want to, and that's the thing. It's one of those things with being a mock builder, isn't it? You never really finish. But I love the detail that you're putting in, Jack. Well done, man. That's cool.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
It really is. I like, and it's great that I love how you've got it is that the bit of realism in there as well, but it's also there's the only other thing that I have I recently picked up that I wasn't going to share this yet, but I thought why not. So because in my pizzeria, there was a proposal on the first floor. There was a guy holding in the pizzeria mock because I did a full interior on it on all floors.
Yeah, I saw, man. I saw.
Yeah, there was a proposal. Well, something's going to happen after a proposal. So that I've got a few ideas.
Really cool.
I'm definitely thinking I just haven't got enough room at the front of the lighthouse mock, but I wanted to do like a mountain side, like a ceremony on like think of it overlooking a cliff or something like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, but now the reason why, so when you look at the lighthouse mock at the moment as it is, I ran out of dark bluish grey brick. So I had the lerp and burp pieces, a favorite terminology in Lego, or snot I think is also one of the other favorites, but anyway. So the burp and lerp rock pieces, big ugly rock, and what's the other one? Large ugly rock piece, and so I initially started with that, and I didn't have enough of the dark bluish grey to try and finish that. So it was going to be much higher, and I was limited then, and I knew that with the especially with ordering parts at the moment, that because with transportation, things are getting held up and getting delayed. As in for being held for delivery just because of what's been going on globally. I thought, okay, now I'm gonna make it smaller, but it will allow me to make it a bit longer, as in the mountainside, so I might be able to stretch it out over 2 or 3 base plates or something like that to give it a little bit more room. So that's why I ended up reducing the size of the height, of the rocky outcrop. But I've since, through, as you guys saw on our little chat thing on Instagram, I got a pad border. Well, I've got certainly now got enough dark bluish grey brick pieces to extend.
Awesome.
So yeah, the lighthouse itself actually sits on 2. They are separated. So technically, I've actually made it modular, so I can actually lift off the pieces separately, which is good, especially when I need to relocate it. but the actual lighthouse bit sits on a 16 by 16 plate, and then the house that sits next to it or joins it, which I didn't do an interior on, but I had thoughts on that. But I've actually put I've got to do a light my brick order, because I tried using the motor, like the Lego, like the Technic, how you can for motorizing sets, like you can.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've got 2 little lights on it. Well, I tried to effectively light up the lighthouse, but sort of how I've done it and what the light pieces that I've got, it doesn't light it up enough. So if I do an order, so yes, I would be going away from the purest level. I have got a light brick. The last light brick I've got, obviously the little battery doesn't work on it anymore, and it doesn't work. So I was devastated, because I was just going to I'll just use the light brick. Nope. So I tried the other option with the little motor, and but the lights just don't. Yeah, the lights just don't give it enough brightness. So, but I've made it modular.
The light my brick stuff does. I can tell you.
Yeah. Yes.
I can tell you this. It does.
So I'm going to look at putting an order in for that, and it'll be the first time I've used the Light My Bricks, or something to that equivalency. So see how I go there, but at least it's in modular form, so I can easily relocate it and move it around. But I didn't have enough of the curved pieces, so I had to try. Like, that took me a while even just to get it. And when you see it, you'll see that it is a bit blocky or square looking, because I didn't have enough of the curved pieces. And again, yes, I can put an order in, but I could potentially still be waiting for the parts now. So I thought, no, you know what, I'll start using what I've got, and then I can always put an order in later, change it, because that's the best thing about it. I can always go back and modify it down the track.
I think that is the perfect approach. Just start, go for it, go with the flow, see what happens, and yeah.
And I think that's it's the best, probably one of the best pieces of advice I was given when I first started doing this, and is work with what you've got, because that way, then, as a starting point, then you can try different things, and then that might help you then to help you, whether you branch out into just going, oh, I'm just going to buy sets, or I'm going to do mocs, or I'm just going to collect, or whatever. And again, there's no right and wrong on how you do it, but I know myself, working with what you've got gives you at least the starting point of, especially if you're going to do a mock, because you know what you've already got in front of you. That'll then help you determine how big or small the mock's going to be. So yeah, definitely working with, because you can easily fall into the habit of just constantly putting orders in, and again, that's not a bad thing if you're if finances aren't an issue, or especially if you're putting in like big orders, because it's always good having that opportunity where you spend a certain amount, and then you either get free shipping or reduced shipping costs. And if you're putting in big orders,
and we have the VIP points and stuff, but yeah.
Exactly. So it's certainly a fun journey. But I remember as a kid just having a bin full of parts, and I could just start grabbing stuff out and just build. And I like that I can still do that now as an adult. So it's very for me, it's very rewarding. There is some nostalgia there from, of course, playing with Lego as a kid. And now seeing my kids do the same thing, it's almost a full circle thing.
Yeah, it is. We're blessed. Don't forget.
But I really thank you so much for having me, being a part of your show. It's I really appreciate it.
It's awesome to have you. And well, time flies, you know that?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, we've been, but it's been such a great time.
I agree. We've been through numerous topics.
And to put a bit of a sort of a caveat, or a bit of a a statement to say that, again, these are our opinions, but there's no right or wrong with Lego. There's no right or wrong with creativity. The biggest thing is have fun with it. No matter what theme you choose, just have fun.
I absolutely agree.
That's what it's all about.
And of course, it is important to say that from our point of view, we think each other's mocks are awesome.
Yeah, and
so to state, that is a fact.
Yeah. The standout for me is of course the Central Perk mock. You took that to the next level, and I know others have said that as well. And so, but you have definitely so, and this is what I like about this as a hobby is that you're only limited by your creativity, and if you let yourself try new things and step out of your comfort zone a little bit, there's proof in there is reward for that, because it's you can sit back yourself at the end of the day, regardless of what anyone else thinks. As long as you're happy with what you've done, that's what matters.
So true.
So, and also, I never pressured my kids into Lego. I'm glad that they enjoy it, but I like seeing their creativity soar. I like seeing their creativity at work. I love seeing their imagination. So that's why I shared the little builds that they do, because they're so excited when they come to me or my wife, and it's like, Mum, come and check this out. Dad, look at this. And it's such a fun little, I love that my son has this ability where he'll just do something very, like, whether it's simple or not, but he's got a story as to why he's done it. And my daughter is also now doing the same thing as she's getting older. She made a little, yeah, she made a little garden mock thing, and she told me all about it. She said, "Well, Dad, this is why I did this." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's," and she had a reason behind it. It wasn't just I just grabbed bricks and threw it together, which even if she did, I wouldn't have, wouldn't have minded. But she actually had thought in that process.
Yeah, and probably not even, this is a garden because I wanted to make a garden, but there's a story behind every detail in that age, right?
Exactly. She had something that she saw from like a community garden that she walked past once, and it just something stuck in her mind, and she went, "Oh, but I saw this when I saw this garden, and I put it in." I'm like, "Darn, that's great. That's awesome." And my son is the same. He'll, he's obsessed with Hidden Side, which is great. I like that he's, but he knows so much more about it than I do, and he'll say, "Oh, did you know Jack did this or he did that?" And then I'm like, "Oh, okay," because I. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it's great that it gives him his own outlet for his imagination. So when he's at play, he's following a storyline from one of the little episodes that he's seen on YouTube. Apparently they are doing a Hidden Side, like little like TV episodes, just like they did with the Nexo Knights and Ninjago and Friends and stuff. So they're doing little episodes. So at the moment, I think they're mainly just on YouTube, or the Lego. I think Lego has their own little app, or Lego TV app, but I think apparently they're looking at doing something for the Hidden Side show as a little TV series, just like you can on, like I said, like with Netflix. I think for a while there's had Ninjago on it and whatever, or Cartoon Network I think had it as well at some point there. But yeah, so
awesome for those little ones.
Oh, he will be wrapped. And so, I like that he follows just when he's playing on the floor, he'll just grab stuff out and grab a couple of his sets, and he'll just start playing. But he's playing as the character from the show or from the little series and that. So,
yeah.
And my thing is, I never want to stop their imagination, because who knows what it will lead to in the future.
True.
So I never stop them from wanting to, explore, their creativity with that sort of stuff, because you often hear of stories where architects not every architect, but you do hear of some that they, played with Lego as a kid, and then, that level of creativity led them into wanting to be an architect when they finished school. So they went to university, or they, or worked in construction or whatever to help, for that field. But I think there was is it on Netflix, the Lego House, Home of the Brick documentary. I think it was the architect who designed that. He liked Lego.
You know what? I've been there.
Oh yeah, I know you have. I'm very jealous. Very jealous.
I don't want to rub it in, but I've been there.
Well, for me, the closest I can get at the moment, especially obviously with the international travel restrictions as well, is that documentary. But the architect on that documentary, he referenced his own joy of and love of Lego. So that's why I never stop my kids from wanting to, I never stop their imagination, because you just don't know where it's going to lead them in the future. It could, give them the idea to be a toy designer, or to maybe work for, or try and, do what they want to do to be be their own designer or anything.
Totally.
So it's great, and I make sure that they're given that opportunity if that's what they want to do. But I never pushed them into Lego, because I didn't want them to like it just because I did. I wanted them to like it either for themselves or like something else.
Of course. They need the room to explore themselves, and if kids find their way with Lego, then awesome. If they do it with just sand and a stick, also awesome.
Yeah. So it's
about giving room, giving space to explore, to experience, to taste, to try, to
Exactly.
Cool, man. Cool.
It's been great. But thank you again. It's truly has it's been a fun start to the day for me to be on your show, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
I couldn't agree with you more. It was heaps of fun to have you, and of course we didn't do this now for the first time, but I enjoyed it just as much. And I think that maybe for some of the viewers, this is not a really usual concept or something for me to do on my YouTube channel. So I'm really interested in what you all think about it. Just drop it in the comments. Don't forget, you can find me and Taz at Instagram, and also at brickstow.com. Press the community button, sign up. You can find us there. Am I forgetting anything? I don't know. If this concept is going to fly, we're going to fly with it. And if not, I don't care, because we had lots of fun.
Well, I should probably just to on a little. I should drop credit to Beeson and Josh from the Blocks on Blocks podcast, because it was the one. I think it was the podcast and Brickstow, but I think it was the podcast before we did Global Blocks that they were like, Taz and Jack, you guys have got to get together and do something. And I
absolutely, yeah.
So thank you to those guys for spurring us on, for actually setting that little goal, or just by and doing it on a podcast. So it's like, well, we got to do it now. It's thank you to those guys as well, and Brickstow, and the community page there is great as well.
Yeah, man, we'll meet up later there. For everyone watching, thanks for sticking with us. I guess this is going to be a longer video than I usually do.
I have to split this one up too. You might have to be a 2-parter or 2 or 3-parter or something.
Maybe. It's been
It's been
awesome,
great.
man. Thanks. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much. Take care.
This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by Jackbrick. If you like our videos, subscribe and hit on that bell so you'll be sure you are not going to miss out on our next video. See you in Brixto. This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by Jackbrick.